Welcome back to Get Ready with Juanita. If you would like to know how I got this look today, please keep watching. Sort of some of the trends that are on the go right now, and one of them is actually thin eyebrows, but my eyebrows are naturally thin, so I can sort of pull this look off quite easily. So I'm just going to do a thinner eyebrow today, and just for fun, just because it's sort of a trending thing this spring. I was just reading up on some of the trends going on, and I'm like, oh, that's an easy one for me. But the hard thing about like following this trend is that, like, if you've got beautiful full eyebrows, like, to actually make them thin. I don't know if I could do that if I had naturally beautiful full eyebrows. So I'm just going to line them out just a little bit, but I am going to keep them nice and thin. I've got to line them out just because there's some inconsistencies with my eyebrows, and this sort of masks some of those inconsistencies. So I'm sort of lucky, like I said, to have naturally thin eyebrows. And then I'm just going to actually be very about, I know I'm so used to filling them in, but where mine are so thin that I have to have something there. So that's sort of looking pretty good, I think. And it's a lot easier. Wow. A lot easier. Okay, that looks pretty good. I just want to make sure. I might bring this one just out. Just a little bit more. Okay, and another thing I'll do is I'm going to use my Cheekbone Beauty, and I'm going to use this just to make sure they're nice and clean looking. There we go. So I'm definitely not used to seeing myself like this. It's been a while since I did a really thin eyebrow. I don't even know, like when I was younger, I don't think I was a very trending young woman. I was more of an academic and focused on school. And now I have time to focus on other things. And I really think this is a great way to spend some of my time now learning a new skill. And this is fabulous. Okay, so I have thin eyebrows. Okay, so for my eye look, what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to go off screen, sort of do one eye, and I'll be right back. I'm back, and I've created this look, and I used my Flourish palette from Ensley Reign to create the look. It seems like, the more warmer colors, like, well, of course, the Natasha Denona came out with the Bloom palette, so those beautiful warmer colors seem to be in. And so I was inspired by my Flourish palette. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just go in with my orange shadow here, and I'm going to lay this down because it's just my version of creating a nice warm look. And I absolutely love this palette, especially for the spring and the summer. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling in with this beautiful pink. Yeah, and this is a really easy to use formula too. Like I love the shimmers and it's ease of use, but you'd have to really love color in order to like this bad boy. It's a very bright palette. And for me, that's right up my alley. I love color. Okay, so I've got some of this initial pigment laid down or eyeshadow laid down. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little bit of my NYX glitter glue. And I'm just going to spread that across. Just get it a little bit more tacky. Because if I put too much on, it makes getting the shimmer on a little bit more awkward. Okay, and then I'm going to use this beautiful shimmer here. And I'm just going to use my finger and I'm just going to lay that over my lid. I mean, you know, trends are like, you know, sort of for me a stepping point. Like, okay, you know, some things I might be able to do, or I would, you know, probably follow the trend if it sort of suited me. I wouldn't just jump on the bandwagon for the sake of doing that. But so I felt that there is certain things that are, you know, on the go, like the thin eyebrows. I can achieve that because I have very naturally thin eyebrows. Another thing that seems to be trending too is sort of like a blurred out liner. And I don't tend to use much eyeliner just because I have dry eye syndrome and it can really irritate my eyes. So I'm just going to use my shadow and I'm going to go in with this shade here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create sort of like that blurry look. Just with the shadow. And I really like this trend too because I do this anyway from time to time. It's a fun thing to do. So I'm just going to smudge this out a bit just so that I get that sort of smudged out liner look. And what I'll do is sort of work on both. I like that. Just a second. Just going to. So it's not about harsh edges here. It's about getting a nice soft look with that. Then I'm going to go in with my, where is it? I'm going to go back in with this and I'm going to go in with the pink. I'm going to smudge that again just on the outside just to blend a bit more. Okay, I like that now. And then I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to take some of this beautiful yellow and I'm going to use that for my inner corner highlight. Okay, so I'm really liking this look. So the next thing I'm going to do is just go in with my e.l.f. palette and I'm going to use the light shade just to highlight my brow bone. this time I'm just going to really try to highlight the nice thin brow. Good. And then I'll do my nose. And the blurred look is also sort of on trend for this spring. Okay, and so the next thing I'm going to do is just go into my Pat McGrath palette, and I'm going to go in with powder bronzer first. And Pat McGrath, they make beautiful powder products too, the bronzers and blushes, really pretty. And then I'm going to go in with a blush. So even if I do, like I said, try to follow a trend or whatever, just for fun, like today I'm just having a bit of fun with my makeup. You know, I still try to make it so that it's going to look good on me. So doing an all matte eyeshadow look is probably not the best look on me. I do like I personally like the glimmer, but even just like with, you know, my coloring and stuff like that, it's best for me to use something like that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in with the highlighter. And this palette is so pretty. I love the blushes and the highlighter and everything. It's very pretty. There we go. Lovely. So the next thing I'll do is I'm going to powder, use the Charlotte Tilbury powder. My finishing powder. Because no matter what, I can't go like super, super matte either. I still have to bring a little bit of life to my skin where I'm in my 50s. So lovely. I'm actually really liking how this turned out. I'm just going to use some setting spray, because that's going to help sort of melt everything together. Oh, and I do love my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And the next thing I have to do is my eyelashes, and I'm going to go off screen to do that, and I'll be back in a minute. Back, and I use the Exaggerize by Charlotte Tilbury for my mascara. And so I just have my lips to do, and I'm going to use Pink Venus by Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. And I'm just going to line my lips. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Love Language lippy from Morgan Turner's collaboration with Odin's Eye. Okay. Okay, so I really liked how my look turned out today, and even just trying a couple of the trends that are on the go, was sort of fun. And why not? Makeup is fun, so I really enjoyed, especially my eyebrows thinner. I'm a bit surprised, but it don't look too bad. So I might do that this spring just to have a change of a look and try something else. So it's all fun. Anyway, guys, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And that way you're notified of any future video uploads. As well, if you don't mind, if you enjoyed today's content, give it a like and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, guys, I'm feeling pretty good and I'm ready for my day. And I wish all of you guys a good day too. Bye.